I wish I had a drum roll. Where's that band? A drum roll, please. The Community Service Award goes to Teng Yang, Mrs. Ramsey County. This pageant tonight is dedicated to two wonderful people who encouraged me to enter this pageant exactly 25 years ago. They believed in me and always taught me to give everyone and everything my very best. They are the reason we are here tonight. They are my parents, Frank and Rosalie Kipperston. As of tonight, the Mrs. Congeniality Award is appropriately named in their honor. They loved and appreciated all of the people they met during their lives. Tonight's Frank and Rosalie Kipperston Mrs. Congeniality Award goes to Teresa Cesare, Mrs. Vadnais Heights. She likes to have fun. Congratulations, Teresa. The Most Photogenic Award winner was determined by our judging panel based on the contestant's appearance during the personal interview and her headshot in the program book. This year's Most Photogenic Award goes to Tressa Avestruz. Mrs. Congeniality. Or, no, that was the photogenic. Sorry. The Swimsuit Award goes to the one contestant whom our judges decided is in the best physical condition. Hey, maybe all eyes should be on Iowa. Mrs. Iowa has won the national swimsuit competition at Mrs. America for the past 2 years. Laura Deers and then Lonnie McNertney. And we'll ask Lonnie to present this award. And Raquel, if you would like to hand the award over to Lonnie, since she's oh, you've got that. Okay, you're all set. This year's physical fitness swimsuit winner is Tressa Avestruz. And finally, the Evening Gown Award goes to the one contestant that exudes grace, style, and confidence in her evening gown. The 2010 Evening Gown winner is come on back, Tressa. Tressa Avestruz. Congratulations to Tressa and all of our special award winners and to all of our contestants for such a fine job. Well, in every pageant, it comes time to say goodbye to the reigning title holders, and we will begin with our goodbyes to Mrs. Wisconsin America 2009, Coral Hildebrandt. Please welcome Coral to the stage. And now, let's bring on Mrs. Minnesota America 2009, Heather Hall.
My journey to becoming Mrs. Minnesota America 2009 is a story most of you don't know. By running last year, I fulfilled a promise to my late Grandma Bev. I will never forget her holding my hand towards the end of her hospice care and telling me, and I quote, "I will not be here to see you run in that pageant next year, sweetie, but you go ahead and do it for me anyways." It's a promise I will never regret fulfilling. Thanks to my parents, Dan and Francine. If I can be half the role model to my children that you've been to me, I will consider myself a huge success. Holly Ernst, my pageant coach and dear friend, you told me once I already had all the tools, you just needed to show me how to use them. Thank you for allowing me to stay true to myself and guiding me to first runner-up at Mrs. America. Sarah Moses, from renting a gown for state to owning the gown of my dreams for nationals, you've always made it happen, regardless of my budget. I've always left the pageant shop feeling beautiful. Jason Young from Young Quest Fitness, I am proud to say at the age of 36, with 3 beautiful children, I'm in the best shape of my life, and I have you to thank. Carl and Faith Schway, thank you for welcoming me into the Mrs. Minnesota America organization. You make me feel like part of your family. Your support and encouragement at nationals was priceless. Arlene and Bruce Mogren, your emotional and financial support will never be forgotten. Thank you for flying to Tucson and sharing those once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Judy from the Hair District, thanks for the amazing set of hair for nationals. Jamie Mickelson and Gary Evan, I believe part of the reason I was brought down this path was to bring you both into my life. You're part of my family now, and I love you both with all of my heart. Wendy Russo, you've been an incredible mentor and friend to me. Without you, I would still be sitting on my couch at home wishing I had fulfilled that promise. Thank you for inspiring me to always do more than I think that I can. And most importantly, my 3 children. Bailey, you've grown from a little girl to a beautiful young woman right before my eyes. You make me proud every day just by being who you are. I look forward to passing the tiara on to you now as you start to compete in pageants. Brody, I have never met a person that brings so much laughter to everyone around them. Your soft heart and generosity always amaze me. If you have a daughter in this audience tonight and you see this boy coming, you better look out because he melts every heart he touches. Ella, we say all the time, no matter how big you get, you'll always be my baby. I want to tell you, no matter what title I hold, first and foremost, I will always be your mommy. I love you. And finally, to my husband, partner, and very best friend, Joe. This year, you have encouraged me to step outside the box of what I ever thought possible and achieve things I've only dreamed of. You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and your love has always lifted me higher. To the new Mrs. Minnesota America 2010, every year the outgoing queen says the same thing. Cherish your year, it goes fast. I've never realized just how true that was until this very moment. Enjoy your new title. Make the most of it. And thanks again to everybody for a year that I will never forget.
Mrs. Minnesota, Heather Hall. Heather gave a speech, a final answer. You're making me cry. I've never cried so much during our pageant. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, a final answer like we've never heard in our life in all the years. Spectacular answer. And she is Mrs. America in every right, as our other 2 ladies are too. So let's hear it for all of our 3 winners. Well, Carl, this is your final walk. And let's hear it for all of our ladies. I'm so proud of them, as I'm sure you are. And now, the Mrs. Minnesota contestants, would you like to all come together? We should have that song playing, I think by the Beatles, Come Together. All right, I have the answer in this envelope, and we'll begin with the 4th runner-up. The 4th runner-up for Mrs. Minnesota is Savannah Leidy. Third runner-up, Summer Kath. Second runner-up, Ann Malwitz. Our first runner-up is, I need a big drum roll, out of suspense,